I'm Melissa, this is Martin, Haley, and Maddie, and we're cruising America's Great Loop on our boat Cavalier. We welcome you to hop aboard and share in this journey with us.
All right, well, welcome back to the Cavalier for another update. And so, cheers, baby.
Cheers, happy hour.
Happy hour. So basically, when we left last, we were at Three Rivers and in Anchorage. So that went well. We got up in the morning and just had to bring the anchor in and start heading down the last section of river, which was the interesting part of that section of the river is it is ridiculously windy. It's kind of funny because at one point when we were going around these things, what they call these horseshoe bends and oxbows, and there was one that went like this and then it went like that and back on itself, and we were literally about, the gap between the river was probably about maybe 100 yards at the most between the banks of the river on either side, but it took you about 40 minutes to get there because they were so long, these big tracks. So it was really interesting, and so it was really, really windy, but it was very nice and peaceful, no stress, just going down the river. And then we finally got down to Mobile Bay. And that was when we first ended the 10-Tom Bigby waterway and the Alabama River, and we were finally into tidal water into basically the Gulf. And it started as you got approached. It started getting really, really industrial, and a lot of big boats and a lot of big shipyards and stuff like that, which is pretty interesting.
Yeah, it was.
And the city of Mobile looked pretty neat in the background with the high rises and everything else. And so we proceeded out through the bay, and there was a section where you come out of the channels and then you're out into the main bay, and it was pretty big water, and I don't think Melissa quite understood that we were headed out into big water.
He didn't tell me that we were headed out to big water, so until we were going out into the big water.
It was a little, I looked over at her and I saw kind of a look on her face like, where are we going? Why are we headed way out there?
Because you have to go out into the bay and then go back. I mean, I was like, why don't we just go around the coast? Because
Mobile Bay is actually pretty shallow, so there's a shipping channel down the middle that you have to stay in. You can't just hug the shore because it's too shallow. So anyhow, we got out there, and it was a little bit. There was probably 2 footers out there, so it was a little bumpy. But it was only probably about an hour we were out there until we made our turn. And once we made the turn, we were kind of going with the waves, so it didn't. It immediately felt like it calmed right down, so it wasn't too bad. And then that got us into Dog River and to Dog River Marina. And that's where we basically stayed 3 nights there, I think, because we were basically, and that also brought us. We celebrated New Year's there too, because again,
New Year's Eve.
New Year's Eve there, yeah. Sorry, New Year's Eve, because we moved on New Year's Day, and that was really fun. Again, we had a courtesy car, so we could go provision and drive around, and we went to a restaurant, and that was kind of fun. Yeah, and actually, I went over at that point. We drove over and went to a Bass Pro Shop, so that was pretty fun. So
his dream store.
Yeah, my dream store. So I think we're going to be doing that a lot. So we got some fishing gear, mainly for inshore fishing, so I can go after some redfish and things like that, and black drum and maybe some sheep's head and stuff. So hopefully we'll have a video sometime in the future where we're eating our first fish. But I did. It kind of started to get outfitted. I still got to figure it all out now, and that'll be a whole other video probably at that point. So that was really fun. And then pretty much we were waiting. The reason we were there that long is we were waiting a weather window because Mobile got really bad out there. Mobile Bay got really snotty out there. So you don't want to. It's a body of water you don't want to cross when it's doing that. So we waited until New Year's Day to leave. So that gets us caught up to there. And again, I think anything else, Melissa?
No, I think you covered it.
It was good.
Shout up and go. A big world is out there waiting for us.
is Martin figuring out the dinghy.
Yes, I am.
First time we've actually splashed it, except for at Green Turtle Bay when we started.
Yep.
First time on the loop, we've splashed the dinghy.
So I'm going to get on the dinghy.
Success.
And it's a beautiful time.
Good job.